Move into our word of today. Today's word is reconciliation. Reconciliation. Let me make this a little bit bigger so that some of us can see it a little bit better. Reconciliation. And move into this. All right. So when we think about reconciliation, it is restoring connection where distance exists. Reconciliation is restoring connection where resistance exists. Restoring connection. So we have a distance and we're trying to reconnect to something where we've grown apart. Distance doesn't always come from conflict. Sometimes it grows from neglect, misunderstanding. Atrophy is when you just don't do anything and it falls apart, right? So sometimes it grows from neglect. Sometimes it grows from a misunderstanding, and we just can't handle each other, or unspoken disappointment. I've learned that reconciliation begins with humility and courage. It's less about being right and more about being willing to repair, opens, or it be it, and being. I'm sorry. It's more about being willing. When you begin to repair, or you begin to reconciliate, or you begin to come back to something where this distance exists, then it opens doors, resentment, open doors, and resentment keeps them closed. All right, so we think about there's a time in your life where you grew apart from somebody because you were mad at a circumstance that they did, and you let that go, you let that fester, you let that, grudge is what we call it sometimes, where you've been holding this against because you're not forgiving, you're not taking the time to say, what do we need to do to make this right? And sometimes reconciliation is something that it may take years and years to do. The offense is so great. And it's so hard for us from our side to be able to forget. But if there's somebody in your life today that you know that you should reconciliate with or come back to, because if we're in community, and the goal again is to be in community, with as many people as you can that you can love, that you can cherish, especially when they're your family, then it might be something that you need to do. And so while you're thinking about making your connection today, who have you drifted from unintentionally? Today, let's do unintentionally. There's some intentionally ones that we have to work on ourselves first, and then they have to be willing to be part of the reconciliation. But unintentionally, maybe it was a friend that was really close to you that you haven't been able to talk to, you haven't reached out just because of life. Why don't you consider reaching out today? It's just because there's distance. Reconciliation doesn't mean that there has to be this divisiveness or this anger in between you. It could just be because we just didn't connect again. So somebody unintentionally, let's reconcile with them. Let's come back to them. Today, choose that one conversation. And when you're having that with that person, don't call them while you're doing something else. Be fully present. Maybe to reach out by text first. Hey, just, from what we did earlier today, hey, maybe I'm just glad that you were born and haven't talked to you for a while and would love to come in. So it's just a connection where distance exists. Come back to it. Today when you choose one conversation to be fully present in, make your phone down, eyes up, you're in, and it doesn't have to be a long conversation. You can just say, hey, I was just thinking about you today. I got 5 minutes, but I just wanted to say hi. And at the end of 5 minutes, sorry, I got to go. So it doesn't have to be this long, drawn out, coming together. It just means you're reconnecting. And the conciliation means, hey, if there's something that was even a little bit askew, if there's something I've done to offend you. I did that with a friend not too long ago, where I called them up and said, hey, are you still my friend? I am sorry. I apologize if I have offended you in some way. Can we talk? Can we go out? Oh yeah, he was coach. Yeah, he was a person that reconciliation was a person. So the promise for yourself today, This is just a um, suggestion. It is not, because I want you to get and make sure you are keeping your word to yourself. So, whatever promise that you have to yourself, you take it, you do it. But this is just a suggestion. Take one step towards restoring a relationship. That's a promise you make today. Think of somebody, take one step toward a relationship, because it's going to be a relationship that you love, that you've grown apart from. So, write that person down. You make whatever the promise is. If it's not that, it's something else. You write it down and then you do it before you go to bed.